Morning to one and all. I am very much thankful to everyone being here today. Now let me begin with sharing my presentation with all of you. Now in last lecture we was seen that the various important equipment we can use for the excavation as well as for the road constructions. So these are the important equipment in this table you can see here, and in previous lecture we was discuss about this comparison between different types of the equipment. So if you see in this table we have the item for comparisons, and we have the four types of important equipment. The first point we was discussed in the last lecture, that is, if you want to excavate in a hard soil or rock, then if you compare the excavation in hard rock or soil, the capability of power shovel, backhoe, drag line and clamshell. So it is very good power shovel and backhoe which excavate in soil, hard soil as well as in rock. But in case of drag line and clamshell, not good, and the clamshell is very poor. Now, if you see here, in case of excavation in wet soil or mud, then if you see the application of the power shell backhoe, it is not applicable. It is very poor to excavate the wet soil or mud. But in case of drag line and clamshell, moderately good. So distance between loading and digging, then loading efficiency and footing required and digging levels. So these are
Hello.
the important. Yes. Hello.
Presentation
Hello. Hello.
presentation
Presentation is. Hello. It is not visible. Furkan. Hello.
Yes, sir. Dikri.
Yes. Presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
Now you can.
Comparison between different types of.
Yes. 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 Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now move ahead. Now in today's lecture we are going to talk on trenchers, right? So as if you got any contract regarding about trenching, for example, in case of trenching of the pipeline system, trenchers, or you can say uh, the work for digging of the trench for the laying of the pipeline, or in case of the urban area, if you want to excavate the trenches for sewer line, or in case of you can say the open drains. So with the help of trenchers we can excavate the drains, or you can say we can excavate the pipeline. So we have the wheel trenchers. In this diagram you can see here, this is the wheel trenchers. Now what is the application of these trenchers, what is the working principle of this particular trenchers, and what are the various component parts. So this particular equipment we can use for the purpose of excavation trenches for the water supply line or water network line, then in case of gas pipeline, then for oil pipelines, for trench will require. So for the water pipeline systems, gas pipeline system and oil pipeline system, we can use this particular equipment for trenching the trenching. Then telephone cable, we require some trench, then for drainage facility and sewers and under drain installations and other heavy duty trenching tasks. So these particular trenchers we can use for this purpose. So if you see in this diagram, it has this a particular wheel, and on this wheel there are the bucket. So these are the number of bucket. The design of this bucket will depends upon the width and depth of the trench will be required. For example, in case of trenching for the pipeline systems. So if you want to supply the water from Jayakodi Dam to Aurangabad city, we require a huge diameter pipe. Let us say 1.5 meter or 2 meter circular pipe we required to supply the water up to 150 mld of water, right? So we required uh, uh, 2.5 meter width of for that particular trench, and the depth we required generally 3 meter to 3.5 meter, right? So for digging for that particular trench we require such kind of equipment. And in case of the other foreign country such as Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, Baghdad, there will be a, you can say, the pipe network will require to supply the oil, gas from a particular locations up to your industry, and in industry we can do all the you can say work. So to supply the oil or gas from one place to the another place we require the pipeline. So for that pipeline is below the underground, and we require the trenches, the excavation for the trenches. Then in case of telephone cables also we require the trenches, and there will be a job for excavation. So in case of urban city we require drainage facility and sewer. So when the heavy rainfall will be there in case of urban area, and if you discharge that storm water from the particular roadside, we require the drainage facility. So to excavate the drain along the roadside, we require certain equipment, and this particular equipment is used in case of this particular job, right? So these are the component parts we have discussed. This is a wheel. On this wheel, number of bucket will be there, and these bucket are having a teeth to excavate the material or the soil inside the. You can see the trench. So the number of bucket and the diameter of this wheel will depends upon the type of trench, its width and depth of the trench, how to excavate. So if you see here in this figure, this is a particular trench, wheel trench. This is a you can say the trench for a water supply system to lay the pipe of water supply, or in case of sewer line also we can use a lightweight wheel trench. So these are the, you can say, the blade or bucket with which excavate the hard soil or soft soil in case of the trenching. Now, this is the another diagram of this particular equipment. This person will handling the pipe, and this particular equipment is used for um, uh, trenching a small trench as well as you can see the larger one. The width of the trenches is suppose 3 meter also. It can capable of trenching the 3 meter by 8 meter, or you can say 5 meter trench. So these particular wheel trenchers is particularly used for water supply line, gas line, and in case of oil supply. So if you see here a small video we have, if I play this video, you can see all the functions. See here, Now, how it will work? You can see. Now these wheel trenchers is having a dual, you can say, the purpose. See here, simultaneously we can excavate this trench for a particular width and depth, and simultaneously we can lay the pipeline inside this particular trench. So this is a wheel trenchers which is having a dual functions. We can layer the pipe in proper positions. It has this particular hydraulic, you can say, the loaders. With the help of this we can lift the pipe and we can layer this pipe into this particular trench. So if you see, the cost of labor is also reduced with the help of these particular trenches. Only two people will be there and operator inside this cabin to to operate this particular wheel trench or machines or equipment. So if you see another, now at this stage I would like to say, with the help of these wheel trenchers, the more interestingly the advantages of this particular equipment is that we need not to worry about the slope. It automatically set the slope also. So that is the more advantage of these particular trenchers. We can adjust this blade, and suppose we have a slope 1 is to 200 or 1 is to 2000. So we can adjust the slope of the pipe because we can supply the water with the help of gravity only. So we have to adjust the slope of this bucket. So bucket will automatically adjust that slope. So that is the, you can say, the great advantages of this particular equipment. Because if you see, in case of manual constructions, a lot of day will require, or lot of hours will require to do this similar work. So generally, with the help of this particular equipment, we can minimize the time and the cost of the trenching. So this is a particular advantages of this equipment. Then if you see here, let us say,
पप्पा ते दिवस मागून आले सध्या अभ्यास कर.
कसली चर्चा
ते कोण खराब होईल.
ते थंडच सांगतात.
सचिन तुझा माईक चालू आहे बघ.
मला तर माहिती आहे ना. तिला असं वाटतं, बाई, आपण 2-3 वेळा भेटून बघितलं, वेळ झाली.
खूप चांगली झाली.
म्हणजे हे बरं वाईट झालं. ते
काय
आपल्या ओळखीचे उद्या उद्या काय झालं तर काय होणार? याच्यावर विश्वास आहे. Relying
Now, that is the most advantages of this particular equipment. We can do simultaneously work of laying of pipeline inside the trench and excavation. And also, if you want to backfill this material, this particular equipment is doing that work also, backfilling of the trenches. So this particular equipment is used as a dual purpose, and simultaneously we can do this particular work. So every contractor look for any type of you can say pipeline trenching, or you can say the gas pipeline, or even uh, cable pipeline. So if you do this task within the stipulated time period, then it is very you can say the economical. So every contractor will look out to minimize the you can say the time of the this particular activity, and to reduce the labor also. And if you do this within a stipulated time period, then ultimately the cost of the construction will, you can say, for this particular project will minimize. So this is the more advantages of this particular trencher. Then another important type of equipment, let us say ladder type trenchers. Now this particular equipment is similar to the wheeled trencher, except bucket are provided with chain link on ladder type and frame or a boom. The most advantages for this particular type of ladder trenchers is faster and cheaper, take necessary depth and continuous process. So these are the three advantages of this particular ladder type trenchers or the wheel type trenchers. Now, here you can see in this diagram, this is the width of trench, and this is the depth of trench. Then, to excavate the trench of width from 250 mm to 450 mm and depth up to 4 meter. With accuracy and speed, this type of equipment is used. It is mainly used to excavate the trenches for main means a main pipeline. For example, in case of supplying water from any water source, the source may be the well, the source may be the dam or pond, anywhere. If you want to supply the water, and if, to it will require the trenching. So with the help of this equipment we can trench the excavation for the main pipeline network. Then this is also applicable for gas line or oil pipelines, then telephone cables, then drainage line or C1 line. In case of city area, this job is very tedious. So with the help of these ladder type trenchers we can excavate the trenches for drainage line and sewer line. These machines are generally crawler mounted, right? So this is about the ladder type trenchers. So we can change the blade also. So now these are the most advantages of trenchers. one trencher can do the work of multiple excavator. So first, the most advantages of this particular trenchers, one trencher can do the work of multiple excavator. For example, if you use clamshell or any type of excavator, so the capability of these particular trenchers is can do the work of multiple excavators. Then trenchers require less labor, fuel and materials. If you use this particular equipment for excavation, for pipeline or oil pipeline, so the less labor will require, it consume the less fuel and the less material. Depending upon the requirement, spoil can be used as a backfill without crushing. Then ditch boom is clean. Then ditch wall are cleaner and straighter compared to those created with an excavator. So ditch wall means if you want to excavate the ditch or excavation for a particular work, for example, in case of pipeline network, in case of rural area also, there will be a well and a government well will be there, and if you want to supply the water from that well up to your village, then we require a certain pipeline network and it will require the excavation. So with the help of such kind of trencher, we can excavate as straighter as compared to those with clamshell or any type of other excavators. You can maximize your job performance and efficiency. So always think about these two important parameters, that is job performance and efficiency. If you increase the job performance and efficiency, definitely the cost of that work will be minimized. And these particular things is always look with by any contractor while uh, selecting the excavators for particular uh, job. Then the last you can say the article for this module 1, this is the last article, operating efficiency of clamshell, right? Operating efficiency of clamshell, this is the last article of our this particular module 1. Then if you see here the learning outcome from this particular article, operating efficiency of clamshell, at the end of this session the student should be able to do analyze the operating efficiency of clamshell. This I have taken this only clamshell here. You can take any other equipment, trenchers also you can take in place of this clamshell. Any type of excavator you can take and calculate the operating efficiency of any type of equipment. Then calculate the production capacity of clamshell for given job efficiency. So at the end of this session, you will learn analyze the operating efficiency of clamshell, calculate the production capacity of clamshell for a given job efficiency. Then this is a particular clamshell, right? I am audible? Anyone?
Yes,
Wait.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. The battery is low. Wait. I am keeping my charger. Okay. Now, this is a clamshell bucket. It has two jaw. This is, you can say, the cutting edge, and at the end of the this jaw there is a teeth to excavate the hard rock, or you can say the hard murum or soil. So if you want to calculate the clamshell output or efficiency, So this particular job plays an important role to do that work. If you see here, we have the various component parts of this particular bucket, clamshell bucket. This is a hoist wire, then we have the arm, then cutting edge. So when it excavate the material, any type of material, hard murum or even the rock also, it can having the capability to excavate the hard rock. So when it is in operating condition, these two jaw is separated each other. But if you want to lift vertically the material from a ditch up to a certain distances, for example 10 meter or 8 meter or more than that also, we can lift the material from a trench. So this jaw will close to each other while lifting the material from a particular area. Then clamshell crane shovel equipped with a crane boom and clamshell bucket. We have two types of bucket, medium bucket for general purpose work, including the excavation of loose soil. Then if you see here, light bucket for handling bulk materials such as sand and gravel. Then we have another heavy bucket for digging medium soil, right? Now the penetration of bucket will depends upon these parameters. The penetration of the bucket will depends upon these three parameters. The first parameter is bucket weight and second parameter is bucket depth. Then lacks the positive digging action and precise lateral control. So these are the factors on which the penetration of bucket of the clamshell will depends. Then the clamshell parameter in a cycle time. So this is very important in case of clamshells. The maximum allowable load, right? The maximum allowable load, bucket weight plus soil weight, that is known as maximum allowable load, which is obtained from the manufacturer. See here, while manufacturing this clamshell, it manufactured in this fashion, it having the capacity to lift the maximum allowable load. And we have a chart for continuous operations. So in next slide we can see that chart also. Then another important things with the clamshell is the fill factor of the bucket. The percentage of the bucket is lifted, that is known as the fill factor. And this is fitted by a particular, you can say the author of a particular journals or paper. A wonderful paper will be there for this fill factor of the bucket, and two author is work to calculate the fill factor, Bray, and he wrote one paper in 1997 and another is Emonas 2001, and they have given the fill factor for a particular bucket over a full range of bucket size. So again we have to consider the another important parameter in case of cycle time is bucket velocity and fall velocity. And swing angle we can take as a swing angle 120 degree. Then swing velocity, default value you can say 21 degree per second. Time to open and close the bucket, this is another factor in case of cycle time, and the depth of excavations. So these are the parameters which affect the cycle time. Then I am talking about this particular important chart, fill factor of loose hand, and these two authors work on this particular chart and they have calculated the bucket fill factor. So on x-axis you can see here we have the bucket size. The size of the bucket is in meter cube. So from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 meter cube of the bucket size. If you see on the y-axis there is a bucket fill factor. We have the 0.6, 0.65, 0.7, 0.75, 0.8, 0.85, 0.9 and 0.95. These are the bucket fill factor. What we can learn from this particular chart? If the bucket capacity goes on increasing, there will be a good fill factor. The fill factor is also increases. If you see here, in case of 20 meter cube bucket capacity, the fill factor is approximately 0.83 or 0.82. So as the bucket size is increasing, the bucket fill factor is also increases. Then the cycle time of the clamshell, which use of the lightest bucket capable of digging the material, will enable a larger bucket to be used and will usually increase the production, right? Now the cycle time is reduced by organizing the job so that the damping radius is the same as the digging radius. So this sentence is very important in case of the cycle time. Cycle time is reduced by organizing the job so that the damping radius is the same as the digging radius. Now, keep the machine level to avoid the swing uphill or downhill. Non-level swing is hard on the machine and usually increase the cycle time. So, if you minimize the cycle times, so we can much adhere for this particular, you can say, the sentences. So this sentence is very important. The cycle time is reduced by organizing the job so that the damping radius is the same as digging radius. Now, in this graph, this is a particular cycle time of a clamshell. We can start the digging operation with the help of that two jaw. So digging operation will start. Then at this stage, we can stop the digging of the trench or any situation where we can excavate the material, and after end of the digging cycle, the loading and swinging of the bucket will happen. So this is the time for loading of the material. Then the materials is lifted by that clamshell, and at this point we can damp the material in a particular place. And after damping the material up to a particular level, then we can swing the empty jaw, or you can say the bucket, up to this point, and this is a starting point. So how the lifting of material, digging of particular trench, then lifting of material, and then damping, and then back to your original position. So this is a particular cycle time of a clamshell. So if you see here, this is a swing angle in degree, and we have the bucket loading time. So start the digging action, then after certain time it will take for digging operation. Then after digging a particular material may be the sand, gravel, any type of murum or soil. After digging that particular material, we can stop, and then we can leave that particular material from that ditch, and we can increase the angle of lifting or swing, and then at this particular 90 degree we can damp that material up to a particular place, and then we can carry it out another operation, that is the empty bucket up to our original position. So this is digging, then lifting of that material, and then damping of that material at a particular location, and then again we can bring that bucket up to this start of the digging cycle. So this is known as the cycle time. Then we are having the various factor. These are the variable factors affecting the operation of the clamshell. So first factor is the difficulty of loading the bucket. Then the size load obtainable. Then third important factors or variables, the height of the lift, which affect the operation of clamshell. The angle of swing, the difference between the location where the sediment is dropped and the location where the sediment is excavated. Then the method of disposing of the load or material and the experience of the operator. So these are the 5 to 6 factors or variables which affect the operation of a particular clamshell or machine. Then the clamshell output per hours. For example, a 1.5 meter cube bucket, the capacity of bucket is how much? 1.5 meter cube, is used to transfer a material that is sand 8 meter above the ground. The average speed of the hoist line is 45 meter per minute. We can lift the vertical direction the excavated material from a ditch up to 45 meter per minute with the help of this clamshell. Now time per cycle approximately. Loading bucket, for loading the bucket we require 6 seconds. Lifting and swinging load, for example, for 8 meter with 45 meter per minute. So if the lift is 8 meter, vertical distance is 8 meter from a ditch, so we require 10 seconds. Then damping load is equal to 6 seconds. Then swinging back to stockpile 4 seconds. Then lost time, accelerating, all these will require 4 seconds. And for this particular operation we require total time is 30 seconds. So how will you calculate this maximum number of cycle per hour? In 1 hour we have 60 minutes, so 60 into 60 divided by this 30, so total time is 30. So maximum number of cycle per hour is 120. Then maximum volume per hour, how will you calculate the maximum volume per hour? 120 maximum number of cycle per hour multiply by the bucket capacity. So 120 into 1.5. So 120 is maximum number of cycle per hour into bucket capacity. We can lift the maximum volume of that particular sand in 1 hour is 180 meter cube. If the unit operate 45 minutes per hour, for example, we have 60 minutes in 1 hour, but we consider 45 minutes actual working time. So the output for this particular clamshell is 180 into 45 divided by 60. So in case of meter cube per hour, if you want to calculate the output of this particular clamshell for this problem or exercise, so 135 meter cube per hour as a loose volume of the sand we can lift. So this is a very interesting, you can see the problem in case of calculation of clamshell output per hour. Then if you want to calculate the production in LCM, what is this particular LCM? Loose cubic meter. See here, I think you are not familiar, or some students are familiar. If the loose material will be there, and whatever may be the loose material, excavated loose material may be the soil or sand. So we have to talk about the unit loose cubic meter. So loose cubic meter is equal to 60 into 60 divided by CT. This is into CT means cycle time into BC. BC is bucket capacity, multiply by BBF, BFF, that is bucket fill factor, into 60 divided by job efficiency. So if you want to convert this particular meter cube per hour into loose cubic meter, so we have to apply this formula: 60 into 60 divided by CT. CT is bucket capacity into CT, that is bucket capacity, into BFF means bucket fill factor, into 60 divided by job efficiency. Then cycle time, CT means cycle time, then BC bucket capacity cubic meter, bucket fill factor, we have to consider 0.0474. Then job efficiency, minute per hour. So this is a simple conversion in loose cubic meter. Then at this stage, I would like to poll our one important, you can say, the questions for today's lecture. Then I have to create one or two questions. I request all the students be a part of this particular activity, regular activity. Now first question is, or today's first question is, in a trencher, a series of small cutting dash 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 attached to two endless chains which are supported by boom. So we have four options. We have four options for this particular exercise. The first option is bucket. Then we have the second option, teeth. Then third option, rudder. Then fourth option is cutter. So in a trencher, a series of small cutting dash 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 attached to the two endless chains which are supported by a boom. So you have to take a correct one. And submit your answer. So in a trencher, a series of small cutting dash 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 attached to two endless chains which are supported by a boom. So we have four options: bucket, teeth, girder and cutter. And simultaneously I have to create the another questions. So in today's lecture we have two questions. The second question is, a dash 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 equipment is very useful equipment and it can be used for construction work, like to clear the site of work, to make the land level, etc. But we have taken that particular question, so this is the another question. Dash 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 type of excavator used for digging the foundation trenches below the operating level. So this is another question. The first option is clamshell. Then second option, power shovel. Third option, backhoe. And fourth option is skimmer. Fourth option, skimmer. So we have two questions for today. The second question is, which type of excavator used for digging the foundation trenches below the operating level? We have four options: clamshell, power shovel, backhoe and skimmer. So in case of, see here, in case of first question, our first question was in a trencher a series of small cutting dash 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 attached to two endless chain which are supported by a boom. So the correct answer for this particular question is bucket. So the bucket is correct one. The bucket is correct one. So if you see here, 21% student tell bucket, then 78% student teeth. So the correct answer for first question is bucket. Then we have to come across with our second question. The second question is, what type of excavator used for digging the foundation trenches below operating level? So 90% students say that backhoe. So great, backhoe is the correct answer for second question. Every student must do this exercise or this particular question, attempt this particular question. I request every student. So we will stop here today. Our lecture is stopped from my side. Good day ahead. Now I am declare that the lecture is over.
Sir, attendance leave.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Attendance is right. Please be here. Okay, thank you for your. I forget about to take the attendance. Yes. Attendance is we require. Yes. Thank you very much. So I declare that our lecture is end.